George Clooney's son, Alexander, faced a health battle so intense it shook the world's favorite Hollywood star to his core. Suddenly, George wasn't just a dad, he was a man on a mission fighting for his little boy's every heartbeat. Amal, brilliant and unstoppable, stood by his side, balancing her high-stakes career with a family under siege. Tune in to witness the devastating moment that shattered their perfect world. Amal and the twins who redefined Clooney. George Clooney seemed like Hollywood's eternal bachelor, untouchable, carefree, and dazzling on every red carpet. He lived a life most could only dream of, filled with glamour, freedom, and an unwavering focus on his career. Marriage and kids? Those weren't in the cards for him. He had built a brand on charm and independence, and he wore it like a badge of honor. At least that's what everyone thought. But fate had other plans, rewriting his story in ways no one saw coming. Then came Amal Alamuddin and she flipped the script. She wasn't some random celebrity or the flavor of the month. No, Amal was the real deal, a human rights attorney with a brain as sharp as her wardrobe. He, the guy who seemed untouchable, got hit by Cupid's arrow. Hard. Suddenly, he was starry-eyed over someone who didn't just match him, but outshone him in so many ways. By 2014, Mr. Never Gonna Get Married was walking down the aisle in Venice, and the world collectively gasped. Fast forward to 2017, and boom, the Clooneys weren't just husband and wife anymore. They became parents to twins, Alexander and Ella. The man who'd been Hollywood's most eligible bachelor well into his 50s was suddenly on diaper duty. But this wasn't some rosy Hollywood story. Alexander, the boy who was supposed to be a picture-perfect addition to the family, came into the world with health complications. The couple is super private about the specifics. They're not the type to overshare, and who can blame them? But whatever Alexander's condition is, it clearly shook them to their core. His carefree, jet-setting vibe? Gone. In its place, a dad is ready to drop everything for his kid, and drop everything he did. Hollywood projects took a back seat. Paparazzi shots of him hobnobbing at events? Those got replaced by photos of him pushing strollers or heading to doctor's appointments. The early days with Alexander were rough. Doctors, specialists, endless checkups. It was their new normal. Amal, who already had a demanding career that most of us can't even begin to fathom, somehow managed to juggle work and motherhood. Meanwhile, he became a full-on family guy. He'd always been about his craft, but now his family was the whole focus. And this wasn't easy. He wasn't just learning how to be a dad, he was learning how to be the kind of dad who'd go through fire and back for his kid. He's mentioned how your whole world flips upside down. Suddenly, everything that mattered before feels so trivial. Nothing's more important than making sure your kid is okay. But being that person meant sacrifices. Late nights, early mornings, constant worry. And for a man who'd once prided himself on his freedom, this was a complete transformation. Still, the Clooneys weren't just about survival mode. They found joy in the little victories. Every small step forward for Alexander became a moment to celebrate. There's one story he loves to tell about a day when they got unexpectedly good news from a doctor. The relief and gratitude brought tears to their eyes. These were the moments that kept them going. Those quiet victories became their anchor, something to hold on to when the waters got rough. And let's not forget about Ella, Alexander's twin. While Alexander's medical needs took a lot of attention, the Clooneys made sure Ella felt just as loved. Their home became a hub of laughter, chaos, and endless mischief. Because what else do you expect when you've got two toddlers running around and a dad who's basically a prankster in a tuxedo? From playtime to bedtime stories, he found ways to balance it all, proving he could make even the most chaotic family moments feel like magic. Alexander's challenges ended up reshaping him in ways no one could have predicted. The man who'd once seemed allergic to responsibility was now the guy people looked to for strength and stability. He wasn't just a Hollywood icon anymore, he was a dad, one who'd moved mountains to make sure his son was okay. Amal, too, found herself even more inspired by her husband. Seeing him become this amazing father, she said, has deepened their bond in ways she never imagined. It wasn't just about love anymore, it was about partnership, resilience, and being a team in the truest sense. But it wasn't all picture perfect. Balancing everything took a toll. Amal's work as a human rights lawyer didn't stop, and his life was a whirlwind of prioritizing their family above all else. Yet they leaned on each other, weathering every storm together. And the love they've built is stronger now than it ever was. They've spoken about how these challenges brought them closer, forcing them to reevaluate what truly mattered in life. For him, it was a wake-up call that no award, no movie, and no fame could ever match the importance of family. Today, Alexander's doing better. He's a playful, curious kid who's inherited his dad's sense of humor. He loves to gush about how Alexander's already got the prank game down. Amal jokingly calls their house a prank factory. And honestly, who wouldn't want to be a fly on the wall for that? Ella, too, has grown into a lively, independent child who brings her own sparkle to the family. Together, the twins have become the center of their world, turning their once glamorous lives into something infinitely richer. Through it all, the Clooneys have used their experience to connect with others. They've quietly supported causes related to children's health, hoping to make things easier for families who don't have the same resources. They're not shouting it from the rooftops, but their actions speak volumes. Whether it's funding medical research, helping struggling families, or simply sharing their story to give others hope, they've proven that their influence goes far beyond Hollywood. George's transformation from bachelor to family man was only the beginning. Alexander Clooney's unique path. The Clooney's parenting style is a blend of discipline, love, and encouragement. Amal, with her meticulous attention to detail, ensures the twins have a structured routine, while George injects spontaneity and humor into their lives. This balance has worked well so far, but their son's rapid development is forcing them to reevaluate their approach. For instance, they've introduced a more individualized approach to parenting the twins. While Ella thrives with gentle encouragement and quiet activities, their son needs outlets for his energy and intellect. Whether it's enrolling him in advanced language classes or setting up science experiments at home, they're constantly adapting to keep up with his needs. Raising a child like this comes with its own set of challenges, especially when you're in the public eye. George and Amal are keenly aware of the scrutiny their family faces. They've taken steps to shield their children from the media, but it's not always easy. Paparazzi have captured moments of their family outings, and tabloids frequently speculate about their parenting choices. This constant attention adds pressure to an already demanding situation. Amal's background in law has been instrumental in navigating privacy concerns, but it's a battle they fight every day. They're determined to give their children as normal a childhood as possible, even if their version of normal looks vastly different from most families. Despite the challenges, George and Amal are finding joy in the chaos. Their shared sense of humor has been a lifeline, helping them navigate the ups and downs of parenting. George often recounts funny anecdotes about the twins, like the time their son tried to fix a broken lamp with peanut butter. These moments of levity remind them why it's all worth it. They've also found solace in their shared commitment to philanthropy. Working together on their foundation has given them a sense of purpose beyond their immediate family. It's a reminder of the values they want to pass on to their children: compassion, resilience, and a desire to make the world a better place. As they move forward, George and Amal are embracing the unpredictability of parenthood. They know there will be more surprises, more challenges, and more moments that leave them questioning everything. But they're also confident in their ability to face it all together. For the Clooneys, it's not about being perfect parents, it's about being present, adaptable, and deeply committed to their family. And while their son's transformation has brought its share of challenges, it's also been a source of growth and inspiration for the entire family. It's a journey that's far from over, and if there's one thing the Clooneys have proven, it's that they're up for the adventure. Born in 2017, the twins were thrust into the spotlight simply for being born. That's not hyperbole. The tabloids couldn't wait to splash their names across headlines. But George and Amal aren't exactly the show-off the kids on Instagram kind of parents. They've fought tooth and nail to keep the paparazzi at bay, going as far as slamming legal hammers on anyone trying to snap unauthorized photos of their kids. For a while it worked, but fame doesn't just take a back seat because you asked nicely. The Clooneys' battle for privacy has been a continuous uphill climb, underscoring just how challenging it is to shield children from the glare of the spotlight in an era where the internet never sleeps. Then there's Ella, the quieter twin. She's the brainy one, always curious, always observing. Amal's been vocal about how proud she is of Ella's natural knack for problem solving and her love of learning. But let's not paint her as the perfect little angel. She's a kid, and kids are messy and unpredictable. Still, her quieter personality often leaves her out of the limelight, which honestly might be a blessing in disguise. Ella's intellectual inclinations set her apart in a household already brimming with talent and ambition. Amal's influence on Ella's development is evident, with the young girl's curiosity and focus reflecting her mother's own passion for meaningful causes. As their son grows, his natural humor and charm are undeniable. But here's where things get sticky. He's starting to notice the weight of his last name. Fame might seem glamorous, but to a kid it's just confusing. Understanding why the world knows who you are and how to deal with that attention is an enormous task for any child, let alone one growing up in such a unique spotlight. And while his humor might be a coping mechanism now, it's a question of how that evolves as he matures. His journey will likely include navigating identity questions that stem from being forever linked to an iconic figure. The Clooney's parenting style is all about values. They're big on empathy, responsibility, and humility, the kind of stuff that'll hopefully help their children navigate their weird, high-profile lives. Family history is a big topic at the Clooney dinner table. George loves telling stories about his dad, Nick Clooney, and how integrity matters more than fame or fortune. It's the kind of grounding influence that might just give these kids a fighting chance at staying level-headed. For the Clooneys, parenting isn't just about providing. It's about imparting a moral compass that can guide their children in an often chaotic world. But let's not sugarcoat it. The Clooney kids will always carry the label of celebrity offspring. That's a tag with its own baggage. Expectations, assumptions, and scrutiny will follow them like shadows. As they grow older, those challenges are only going to get more complex. Whether they're dealing with classmates who know too much about their family or navigating social media, the spotlight is a constant presence. The family's ability to address these challenges head-on will play a significant role in shaping their children's future. As the twins grow, the Clooneys focus on teaching values and guiding them through a complicated world. Education, values, and creative freedom. One of the more unique ways the Clooneys are preparing their children for the world is through education. The twins attend an international school which focuses on diversity and cultural awareness. This aligns perfectly with Amal's work in international law and George's advocacy for global humanitarian causes. It's not just about academics, it's about giving them a global perspective. The Clooneys are making sure their kids are exposed to different viewpoints and experiences, something that might help them navigate the complexities of their identities. The school's emphasis on inclusivity and understanding mirrors the values the Clooneys strive to instill at home. At home, creativity is heavily encouraged. Their son's love for humor and performance finds its outlet in family gatherings and school plays. He's often the center of attention, making everyone laugh with his natural comedic timing. George sees a lot of himself in him, but has made it clear that he doesn't want his son to feel pressured to follow in his footsteps. "It's his choice," George has said. "We want him to find his own path." This commitment to fostering individuality underscores the Clooneys' dedication to letting their children define their own futures. Ella, on the other hand, is diving into intellectual pursuits. Inspired by Amal's work, she's already showing an interest in issues like environmental sustainability. Amal has mentioned how proud she is of Ella's curiosity and her drive to learn about topics that matter. Whether it's reading books or asking big questions about the world, Ella's inquisitive nature is nurtured every step of the way. The Clooneys' encouragement of these pursuits highlights their belief in empowering their children through education and curiosity. The Clooneys have also taken steps to instill a sense of responsibility in their children. Chores, for instance, are non-negotiable in their household. Despite their wealth and fame, George and Amal are determined not to let their kids grow up with an inflated sense of entitlement. They're taught to value hard work and understand the importance of giving back. Family discussions often touch on issues like charity and social justice, giving their children a sense of purpose beyond their privileged lives. By grounding their children in these principles, the Clooneys hope to prepare them for a world that's both demanding and complex. However, even with these proactive measures, the Clooneys know they can't shield their kids from everything. The twins are growing up in an era where social media magnifies everything. From carefully curated images to ruthless online trolls, the digital age adds a layer of complexity that previous generations didn't have to deal with. It's one thing to avoid the paparazzi, it's another to navigate the relentless world of likes, comments, and viral posts. The Clooney's awareness of these challenges underscores their efforts to equip their children with the tools they'll need to thrive in an increasingly connected world. As their children approach their teenage years, the challenges will only grow. George and Amal are aware that the strategies they use now might need to evolve. Conversations about fame, identity, and responsibility are already becoming more nuanced. It's not about keeping the kids in a bubble, it's about preparing them for a world that will always have its eyes on them. The Clooney's willingness to adapt their approach demonstrates their commitment to ensuring their children's well-being remains a top priority. Despite these hurdles, the Clooneys remain optimistic. They've built a foundation of love, support, and strong values, which they hope will guide their kids as they navigate the unique pressures of their lives. The world will undoubtedly continue to watch as their children grow. Their journey will be shaped by a mix of privilege and challenges. But with parents like George and Amal at the helm, they're as prepared as anyone can be for the road ahead. Adding to this, the Clooney's dedication to philanthropic efforts has begun to influence their children. George and Amal frequently involve their children in discussions about the importance of helping others, whether through direct action or advocacy. These conversations often take place during family dinners, where they discuss global issues in a way that's accessible for the kids. Amal, with her extensive background in human rights law, often shares stories about her work, subtly instilling values of justice and equality in their young minds. These moments, though small, create a foundation for the twins to understand the impact they can have on the world around them. Their international school plays a key role in this journey as well. The diverse environment exposes the twins to cultures and traditions vastly different from their own. This exposure fosters empathy and broadens their perspectives, allowing them to appreciate the complexity of the world. The Clooney's decision to prioritize this kind of education reflects their hope that their children will grow into well-rounded individuals capable of making thoughtful contributions to society. Another significant aspect of the Clooney's parenting is their emphasis on creativity. Whether it's their son's budding interest in acting or Ella's love of writing, the family fosters these pursuits with enthusiasm. They've transformed a corner of their home into a creative space filled with art supplies, books, and tools for exploration. This sanctuary encourages the twins to experiment and dream, providing an outlet for their imaginations in a way that feels organic and unpressured. As they grow, the children are beginning to take on small but meaningful roles in the family's charitable initiatives. Whether it's helping to pack supplies for a local drive or attending low-key events, the twins are gradually learning the importance of giving back. George and Amal hope these experiences will not only teach their children about responsibility, but also help them build resilience against the superficial allure of fame and materialism. Looking to the future, the Clooneys recognize that their parenting journey will continue to evolve. They've already begun to introduce conversations about self-awareness and mindfulness, aiming to equip their children with tools to handle stress and maintain mental well-being. These practices, combined with the strong familial bonds they've cultivated, provide a solid framework for their children as they navigate the complexities of growing up in the public eye. The Clooney's approach to parenting is a testament to their commitment to raising compassionate, grounded, and capable individuals. While the world watches and speculates, George and Amal remain steadfast in their belief that love, empathy, and a strong moral foundation are the keys to helping their children thrive. The story of their children is not just about growing up famous, it's about growing into themselves, ready to embrace both the challenges and opportunities that come their way. Is genius in children a gift or a burden that parents unintentionally magnify? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.